Hello everybody, this is Danilo Cuellar from peacefoundangism.com, and I'm going to do a little bit series on economics, precious metals, currency versus money, the monetary system. And the first thing to clarify is what is currency and what is money, and later I'll do what is money and what is wealth. So currency is can be divided into natural currency and artificial currency, right? Natural currency being what free people choose to use to transact in for their daily activities, and artificial currency or forced, coerced currency is something that the state mandates by edict, right, by legislation, and that's by force. So, so currency, first of all, something that is fungible, which means that it's interchangeable, divisible, portable, durable, and is a medium of account and a unit of transaction, right? So many things have been used as currency in the past, such as nails, copper, salt, spices, exotic bird feathers, shells, beads, special types of stone, lumber, cigarettes, stamps, candy, right? So a lot of different things can be used as currency. And basically, the function of currency is to transact in, right? It has value because everyone wants it, or many people in a region want it. So the value to consume it is less than the value that it has as currency to transact in, right? So if a certain type of candy is currency, maybe like Tootsie Rolls, let's say, sure, you can eat the Tootsie Roll, but it's more valuable if you trade in it, right? Because it's valuable to everyone. Everyone likes a Tootsie Roll in that particular group, right? So that is currency. And then you have money, which is all those attributes plus being a store of value over a long period of time. And historically speaking, beginning in Lydia, in ancient Greece, about 2,000 years ago, gold and silver has been the only substance, the precious metals have been the only substances that have stood the test of time in proving themselves as being the optimal currency, right, that is chosen by free and peaceful people, right, to transact in. Not because the state required it, right? In the beginning, it was voluntary, right? Eventually, the state did co-opt it, and you know, especially in the Roman Empire, and you got the the devaluation of the silver denarius under Caesar, under Diocletian, all these various emperors, until they kind of just wasted away, inflated into nothingness as they mixed it with other base metals, and then that was the very first example of hyperinflation, right? Hyperinflation. Well, inflation being what everybody thinks it is, which is rising prices, but more accurately put, inflation is increase in the money supply or the currency supply, and then as a result, because it's more currency chasing after the same amount of goods and services, so prices must rise to do an accounting for all that excess currency that has been created, right? And so inflation really, most of the time in history, is reserved for actions of the state, right? Because only when the state takes control of currency and devalues it to oblivion, it is to the benefit of the politicians and the bureaucrats to do so, right? Because once they have control of the money supply, that is the lifeblood of an economy, right? That is the essence of the economy, right? Once the currency becomes perverted and debased and devalued through either through printing fiat currency, paper, or through silver and gold coins, mixing in base metals, or chipping away, scraping away at the coins, and and putting away those scrapes for the emperor and his minions. That is what hyperinflation and inflation was in the ancient times, and that was the first example of that. So, and of course, with fiat currency, there have been many different fiat currencies that have sprung in existence in various nation states, and every single time, at least around 775 fiat currencies have existed in history, and they have all gone to zero, right? It has 100% zero, 100% fatality rate, right? So as Voltaire said, right after the French Revolution, you know, when there was the hyperinflation in the, I believe it was the franc, or I think with Napoleon, he said that every fiat currency always returns to its intrinsic value of zero, right? So if a currency is controlled by the state, you know that they will print and print and print, and through inflation, which is basically a hidden tax, right? You have regular tax, which actually physically confiscates your income and your wealth, your money, but you also have inflation, which is the hidden tax, which is it's a robbery of the value of your currency, right? Your currency is still there, still in your bank or still in your mattress, and the value is robbed. So when you go to spend it, it can purchase less goods and services. So that is money versus currency, and we'll get a little bit more into that in another video. So thank you very much. This is Danilo Cuellar from peaceforanarchism.com.